A Florida police officer goes the extra mile to protect and serve.
When the lightning struck, he couldn't jump back. Well, I sure jumped back. For a second, you kind of just think, I'll get back in the car. You don't realize, oh, I got to get this guy out of here.
August 14th, 2014. Officer Gil Benitez of the Fort Myers Police Department heads to a stretch of road 15 miles outside of town. A 911 caller is reporting that a man in a wheelchair is stranded in a downpour.
I start driving, but then 5 minutes, I start realizing how hard it's really raining, and it starts lightning. Once I see it start lightning, I know that, man, this isn't a good deal. I couldn't find the guy initially. So when I turn on my spotlight, I see the white male, later identified as Michael Arnold, in a wheelchair, and it just looked like he was just stuck.
38-year-old Michael Arnold has been dropped off by a city bus and was on his way home when he got caught in a fast-moving storm. His electric chair isn't waterproof.
I was really scared that my chair would shut down and I would have no one to help me. I called 911 and it was raining so loudly I had to literally scream into the microphone for them to understand me. I was thinking that, please God, keep me alive. Have somebody come and help me. Anyone, I don't care.
Help comes in the form of Officer Benitez.
When I made contact with him, I just asked, hey man, we got to get you out of here. And he said, I can't move. It's stuck. My battery stopped working. I said, all right, we're going to get you out of there.
But getting Arnold to safety is easier said than done.
It took a while just to move him because he had the brakes on, or something was jammed. And all I thought about was if he's in a wheelchair and it's metal, with the lightning being the way it is, that's not a good situation for anybody.
I was just trying to tell him I had to get my chair off power and then put it into manual mode so he can push me home.
But as Officer Benitez struggles, the situation becomes even more dangerous.
That's when the lightning struck.
A huge bolt strikes in the field right behind the two men.
And it was really close. And next thing you know, the thunder came within like a second. You can feel it in your chest, like the thump, like the ground almost shook. That's how close it was. You see me just jump back, like I just didn't know how to react.
The thunder is so loud that Benitez claps his hands over his ears.
Well, that's when I decided we need to get out of there fast or something bad was going to happen.
Benitez switches the chair into manual and starts pushing Arnold.
The weight of Michael's wheelchair was an older model, so the weight of it was, I would guess, between 300 to 400 pounds. I mean, it was solid, it was heavy.
Between the loudness of the rain and the thunder and me just being really scared, I mean really scared, it was a big struggle.
All I thought about was if this thing strikes again, we're done, because he's in the middle wheelchair and here I'm pushing him.
Benitez pushes the chair a grueling city block in the downpour to Arnold's home.
Once I got Michael in the house, he was, it ended. He was very emotionally shooken up. He was very scared. It was real cold. We found towels for him. I know he was the only person living in the house.
Officer Benitez stayed with me and helped me get into warmer clothes, and he also called one of his partners to come and help, and also helped me find my personal care attendant to come and help me.
As officers, you don't close out a call until it's done. And the job wasn't done yet. Once the job was done and we found that he was taken care of, then I was able to leave and I felt good about it.
Benitez's compassion, caught on his dash cam, doesn't go unnoticed, especially among his fellow officers.
The next day when I saw this dash cam video and I was alerted to it, I decided to give it to our local media, and I told Officer Benitez there's a good chance they're going to want to talk to you about this.
Lieutenant Victor Medico is the public information officer for the department. Shortly after the incident, Benitez is voted Officer of the Year by his peers.
Officer Benitez is the type of person that he thinks about himself last. I'm sure he was just concerned with getting this gentleman out of this heavy rain. He was stuck. There was no way he can do it by himself. It was obvious he was stranded. It was just amazing, heroic act.